I'm Jeff Smith and I'm the Project Director from AECOM for the Viva Energy Environment Effects Statement. The most important site near the gas terminal is the Ramsar Wetlands site, which is about 1.3 kilometres away from the proposed facility. So a Ramsar site is an international wetland nominated to a treaty that protects migratory waders and shorebirds all around the world, and the Port Phillip Western Shoreline Ramsar site is located approximately 1.3 kilometres from the Viva Energy project. It includes quite industrialised areas and includes also the Melbourne water sewage treatment plant. Well, the studies we're doing at the moment are designed to assess whether there will be impacts on the Ramsar site. There will definitely be no direct impacts because none of the infrastructure proposed for the project is built anywhere near the Ramsar site. In fact, is at least 1.3 kilometres distant. Well, certainly the refinery's been around since the 1950s, and obviously the wetlands have coexisted in harmony with the refinery for all of that time, and the wetland still shows very strong habitat and roosting areas and strong bird life at the right times of the year when the migratory waders are in fact coming into Australia. The primary study that we're doing in relation to the shorebirds and the migratory waders relates to the food chain, which in effect is the food that those birds rely on when they're roosting and feeding in our waters. And we are doing a long-term 12-month survey of the plankton and larvae that is important in that food chain. So we're basically doing a seasonal survey of the shorebirds because they are migratory waders. They come and go from Australia, a number of the species present there, and we're doing surveys of those shorebirds in all of the seasons so that we capture all of the various times that birds are roosting and feeding and foraging in and around the Ramsar wetland. And we're sampling a number of sites all around the Ramsar wetland to make sure we have a comprehensive survey. In addition to noise surveys we're doing for the general community in terms of noise from the facility, we're also doing noise studies to assess the impacts on the shorebirds in the Ramsar and in and around the Ramsar site. So we're actually taking noise survey samples at different locations all around the Ramsar wetland to assess what the existing noise conditions are, and then to be able to assess what the noise that will come from the facility is and whether that's likely to have any impact at all on the migratory seabirds. So while our studies are still ongoing, our preliminary findings are that the likely impacts on the food chain and the Ramsar wetland and bird species are likely to be very localised and quite minor. We're seeing a great variety and abundance of bird life in the area and around the Ramsar site, including a lot of migratory waders, which is coming in from the Northern Hemisphere, and the indications are that the birds are thriving in that existing environment.